Yeah, hi Vinod. Let's start with the self-introduction.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, yeah, I'm Vinod. Yeah, I started my career in March 2022 in Wipro Technologies. I have a total experience of 3 years, 8 months, 9 months, and relevant experience is 3 years in Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Power Platform, primarily in insurance and education. Uh, in my tenure, I involved in couple of CRM projects. I have good experience in customizing and configuring and writing plugins, JavaScript, workflows, business rules, form, form design, field creation, views, chart boards, dashboards, and I also have good knowledge on implementing the Power Platform tool like Power Automate and basics of Canvas apps and Power Pages and SSRS based Fetch XML reports and for just little basics I have. And my roles and responsibility involves in I have daily sync up call between my team lead and manager, and we use a project management tool like Azure DevOps, and they assign the user stories to me, and I will work on those tasks. At the end of the day, I will go back to them by reconnecting to them, and I will update the and I will give the status to them, or I will simply send out the email. That's all about me.
Okay. So how many form types are there in CRM?
Um, Total 3 to 4 form types are there, like quick view form, quick create, main form, and card form.
Okay. So do you have experience with business rules?
Yes, yes,
Can you just like what is the importance of business rule first of all?
yes, sir. Sure, yeah. Business rules are helpful to perform client-side validations, and it has limited number of actions like set default value, set field value, set visibility,
Mm.
and set recommendation, and set business required, set lock, unlock, and yeah,
Can you just give me
set
the
error message. Okay.
yeah? Can you just give me the real-time example? What is the requirement and for which requirement you have used business rule in your real-time project?
Yeah, yeah, Ashok, yeah, whenever one field called health field called if in the option set field, whenever we have one field like uh, I'm not getting that field name right now, but in the option set, whenever customer select the health and family, then related other fields like insert fields and other one field should be set as a mandatory. That is a requirement. Then I implemented the business rule by setting the actions.
Okay. What is the scope of the business rule?
Yeah, there are three types of scopes in business rule. One is entity, and second is form specific, and third is like all forms. Uh, entity means entity works on both server side and client side. Form specific works only on client side, and all forms also work on only client side.
Hmm. So like, do you have experience with plugins?
Yes, yes, yeah.
How much do you rate yourself in the plugin?
7 out of 10.
How many plugins you implemented so far in your career?
8 to 10.
What is the most complex plugin you implemented? Can you just let me know the scenario requirement?
Most not the most complex, but uh, they assign that this task like whenever in opportunity entity, whenever lead is qualified in opportunity entity, we have tab called product. In product we have fields like price list and everything. We need to auto populate that price list like upon by setting each and every year. Like now we are running on December 2025. We in our project we have 23 price list, 24, 25, 26. There are so many price lists are there. Depending upon the time time and year, we need to auto populate that price list. Then whenever on that, uh, I wrote a plugin on that like entity is like opportunity and message is like when the creation of opportunity, like that I implemented. So
What is the message you have used?
create of opportunity.
So do you know importance of the pipeline stage?
Yes, Ashok, yeah.
How many
There
are
are
there and importance of them?
yeah, three types of pipeline stages are there: pre-validation, pre-operation, and post-operation. In pre-validation, plugin executes when you need to perform some basic checks, like or to duplicate, to detect any duplication, like any email IDs or something like that. And pre-operation plugin will execute before the data save into the database. It is helpful for to modify or update the fields or auto-populate whenever form is loaded. We need to auto-populate some field or set any field. We use pre-operation. In the post-operation, plugin will execute after the data save in the database. Like whenever when case is created or something, then we need to send any email notifications, or if any transaction is done, we need to send any email. For that, we use post operation.
Okay. Like, have you ever implemented any pre-operation plugins in your project?
Yeah, sure. I implemented for like whenever someone creates a policy, auto-populate the policy number, and other 2 to 3 fields are also auto-populate, something like that. I implemented too.
Okay. Do you have experience with JavaScript?
Yes, sure. I have experience
Uh,
with JavaScript.
how much do you rate yourself in the JavaScript?
Yet,
Can you just give me the simple steps to implement JavaScript?
yes, Ashok. Yeah. First, first we need to go to Visual Studio and type the code, and we need to set the file as .js file, and we need to upload that .js. Yeah, we need to go to the CRM and go to solutions from web resources. Web resources to we need to select the type as JavaScript and upload the file, and save and publish. And afterwards, we need to go to the target entity. We need to go to form and form properties, and we need to uh, add the library. We need to add the library to the form, like as a JavaScript
Mm.
web resource. We need to add. And afterwards, we need to go to the event tab, and we need to select event. After that, we need to go to event handler, and we need to add new event handler. In that handler, we need to add live web resource, and also we need to bind the function name to that, and we need to save and publish.
Okay. So how can we handle exceptions in JavaScript?
Yeah, there are 2 to 3 methods like trace logs, console.log, and we can write the message, or we can do via also debugger, adding the debugger at the start of the code, and yeah, or a debug point also, debugging point also. Yeah, and try and catch flag also. Like we need to wrap up the code in try and catch flag. In exception block, in the catch block, we can throw the exception whenever try block fails, the catch will execute and it will show the error.
Okay, fine. And how do we debug JavaScript in case of any issue?
Yeah, so that by using the debugger at the start of the code only, we need to type debugger, and we need to go to the UI and execute the function. Execute the function whenever error comes. We need to go to the again developer tools, and sources. We need to run the tab mark next. Whenever code any line it ignores, it went to the another line or something, then we can catch the error in that line, and we need to debug what is missing and what is not.
What is difference between JavaScript and business rules?
Yeah, yeah. Business rules works on both on client side and server side. JavaScript just only work on client side validations. Line whenever some functionality is not able to complete by business rule, we will choose the JavaScript like hiding sections or tabs like that. Ashwin.
Mm. Can you just give me the syntax to set a field as read only using JavaScript?
Setting the field as read only.
Yeah.
Mm. Form context dot form context dot get control field schema name, dot set disabled false.
Farm context dot get is the
Form
next.
context
Uh, farm context
dot
dot.
get control.
Okay. So instead of farm context, is there any other option? Is exam dot page?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Can we
that is
use
a
exam dot
deprecated
page?
feature. Deprecated feature.
Okay. So uh, did you see any new feature in the CRM recently? Has Microsoft released any new features?
That Copilot, any new features in CRM?
Hmm.
Uh, and they are trying to get the recycle bin. Like whenever you delete, it will restore automatically. That feature in Copilot, it is giving the summary of everything like in the
Hmm.
top itself. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, what is the major difference between business rules and JavaScript?
Mm, yeah. Whenever if you want to get the data from another entity, that is not possible via business rule. It is possible via JavaScript only by using the XRM.web API methods. Uh,
Hmm.
and business rules are limited up to 10 actions only.
Hmm.
Mm, mm,
Is there
and
is there any
mm,
advantage with the business rules rather than the JavaScript?
yes, yes, because it is out of the box component. That's why it runs smoothly on everything, and no code is required. And by just manual by just manually updating and everything by using we can do.
Okay. So what is the importance of roller fields?
Yeah, roll-up fields are used to aggregate the functions like they run on the asynchronous mode
Hmm.
to aggregate the values.
So what are all activities we can do?
Mm, some add days,
Like
average.
roller field. Some add this. Sorry. Some and
Mm,
some and what else we can do?
uh, if if you want to calculate the age, if you want to calculate the difference in dates, we use roll-up
Difference.
fields.
Can we do difference in dates using roller field? Is it?
Um, Sorry, Ashok, I'm vaguely remembering the roll-up fields and calculated difference. I need to check once again. Yeah, I will
Yeah,
check.
okay. So you make sure you go through that both of them.
Yeah, sure.
So we have the business rules, right? So
Yeah.
like, can we will that business rules execute on the quick create form?
Mm, yes, yes, Ashok,
We
it
do
will
have main
execute.
forms and quick create forms, right? If I create
Yeah.
records from the quick create form, will that
Mm,
business rules execute?
yes, Ashok, it will execute.
What will be the scope అనేది what we have to give?
All forms are form specific.
Form
No, no,
specific,
no,
will
no,
it
no.
show the
Entity,
quick? Yeah, sorry, please proceed.
is what will be the scope? Is,
Like,
quick,
let's say I wanted
mm,
to execute my business rule on the quick create form.
mm,
So what I have to use as a scope?
mm. Quick create means, yeah, all forms, Ashok.
All forms. So,
Yeah.
so if I keep it as entity, will it work?
No, I think quick create is manually creating. We are with mostly UA system.
Yeah, if I keep scope as entity, will it work
Mm,
for the records
okay.
which are created from the quick create?
Yeah, it will work.
It will work, right?
Yeah. Entity works on both client and server side as well.
Hmm. So do you have experience with workflows?
Yes, Ashok.
So what is the importance of workflow?
Yeah, workflows are nothing but schedulers. Yeah, schedulers. We have two types of workflows: real-time workflow and background workflow.
Hmm.
Both has In real-time workflow, wait condition is not possible. In background workflow, wait condition is possible. And page refresh is required for real-time. Sorry, page refresh is required for background workflow. Page refresh is not required for real-time workflow.
Okay.
Okay. Should I continue? Or differences? Huh?
Yes,
Difference.
yes. Differences,
Okay.
please. Good.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Background workflow always runs on the owner of the workflow.
Hmm.
Real-time workflow runs on the calling user context and also admin context also. Mm, mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
So what is the difference between plugin and workflow?
yeah, sure. A plugin is a complex business logic process. Uh, it's executed by using C Sharp or by using .NET framework. Workflow is a out-of-the-box tool. It is a scheduler. The difference is nothing but like uh, if any requirement is not possible via workflow, we will go to through plugins. Like in plugins also, in plugins we have multiple triggers like create, update, delete, retrieve, retrieve multiple. Most of the triggers are there. In workflow, we have a limited number of triggers.
Hmm. So whenever you are registering a plugin, what are all
Mm,
properties you can see while you are registering?
Yes, yeah, so we can see the message, entity, mm, pipeline stages, and running calling user context, mm, secure configuration, unsecure configuration.
Hmm.
Mm, mm,
So what is impersonation in the plugin?
yeah, to act behalf of another user. Yeah,
Hmm.
that is called impersonation. Like whenever we set the running calling user context as calling user context, it runs on only on the calling user. If you set as an admin, it runs for all.
Hmm. How many ways are there to impersonate the plugin?
Yeah, so there are 2 to 3 ways I think. One is like running user context, setting running user context, and via code also I organization service create organization service factory dot create organization service. In that we need to pass the GUID of the calling user, or we need to set it as null. Then like that, in that way also we can impersonate.
Hmm. So let's say on the same event on account, I
Mm,
have account entity. An account
mm.
entity, I do have the workflow and plugin as well on record creation. So
Mm.
which one will trigger first?
Plugin will trigger first. It runs on the main operation. Plugin will create first, after that workflow will trigger.
Okay. So let's say I have the two plugins on the same entity creation. Account
Mm,
entity is there, account entity record creation. I do have the
mm,
two plugins, plugin A, plugin B.
mm,
And and the plugin A is asynchronous, plugin B is the asynchronous plugin.
mm.
Is that clear? Is requirement clear?
Yeah, clearly.
So the question is, if plugin A is failed, what will happen to the plugin B?
Yeah, sure. If plugin B also won't execute. If plugin A is failed, then it will show the error message. It won't go to till plugin B.
Okay. So what if in case plugin B getting fail, what will happen to plugin A?
Plugin A will execute successfully, and it will create the record. At plugin B, whatever the next step is there, that will we will get the failure message in some system jobs. In system jobs, we can see the error message for plugin B.
Hmm. System jobs we can see is for plugins.
Oh, sorry, that for workflows we can do. Yeah, for plugin, yeah, we get error message. Right? It will roll back.
So what will happen to plugin A?
It will execute successfully. The record creation will get successful.
Okay, where do we check? How do we troubleshoot the plugin issues?
Yeah, Ashok. We have 2 to 3 ways like tracing service or trace in plugin trace log entity we can check,
Hmm.
and by using PRT also we can do the plugin debugging.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever debug in your project? Did you ever debug plugin?
Yeah, Ashok, I got some good exposure on PRT and as well as trace logs also. Most of the time, yeah, I
Let's say
done.
I have a
Mm,
requirement.
mm,
So, uh, so I do have a requirement I implemented by using plugin. The
mm.
requirement, the functionality is working fine in the dev and UAT, and
Okay.
somehow it is
Mm,
getting failed in the production. So, what could
okay.
be the possible reason, and how do you narrow down?
For plugins,
Yeah.
uh, first, first we need to check the security roles in production environment. Like, if it is working for one user and it is not working for another user, we need to cross check the security roles.
Hmm.
Mm,
Let's say security roles are fine
okay.
because they're supposed to be in sync from the source and target, right?
Uh,
So they are fine. But how do you narrow down the issue in the production?
mhm.
What is your
It might,
primary step?
yeah, debugging in production environment by using PRT only, like a code or any GUID is not passing or something, any GUID, those are transferred by using configuration tool, something, those are transferred from dev to UAT, UAT to prod.
Hmm.
At the time, some mismatch of GUIDs or some missing fields.
Hmm. Have you ever involved into deployments?
In deployments, no, Ashok, yeah, we have do separate deployment team for the deployments. I do involved in manual deployments like from managed and unmanaged solutions in the UAT and production. Yeah.
Hmm. So how many types of solutions are there?
As of I know, managed and unmanaged
What is
solution.
the difference between both?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Managed means we cannot customize the components. In unmanaged solution, we can customize the components.
Hmm.
Whenever we delete any field or something in managed solution, it will be permanently deleted. In vice versa in unmanaged, and we cannot export managed solution.
Okay.
Yeah. We can export man. We can export unmanaged solution.
So
Yeah,
which
sure.
one
That's
do you prefer in the real time? Like
in real
in
time.
your live project, which one do you prefer?
In real, in my project for dev, we use it unmanaged and test and prod also in our project. We are in my first project, we in both 3 environments we use it unmanaged only. In my second project, in dev, we use it unmanaged. In test, unmanaged. In prod, we use it managed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So let's say while importing the solution into production,
Mhm.
the solution import is failed. So what could be the possible reasons? Have you ever faced any solution failure issues in your project?
Yeah, sure. We face
So what will
sometimes because of some dependencies missing from
mm,
this in solution, this environment solution to that environment solution. Then again we went back and we added those missing components and again we deployed successfully.
mm, okay. So what is the layering in the solution?
Layering, we have different types of layering. I just have a little bit knowledge on like active layering, system layering, managed layer and unmanaged layer. Depending upon layers, it will sit on the top. Customization and components will sit. Whenever you latest layer you added, no, that is sit on the top.
Mm, okay. How can we make, let's say, I have a
Mm.
requirement, I wanted to make subgrid as a double grid. How can we do that?
Yes, Ashok, it is achievable. We just need to go to the target entity and form from the subgrid. We need to go to the form properties. In that form properties, we have control tab. In that, we
Mm.
need to search for the editable grid and we need to enable those.
Do you have any integration experience?
Integration in our project, yeah, little bit, most of the scenarios, my seniors is going to take care of this part, but I have little bit like in our project, we have some website external website. In that we have contact us form.
Mm.
In that form, whatever we fields are mapped and whatever we type, the data will be created in the CRM via using Power Automate Flow. Yeah, in Power Automate Flow, by using the instant cloud flow and setting the HTTP by calling the HTTP triggers and using connecting to the dataverse and using the list rows actions. By using the fetch XML, I created this part.
Okay, okay. Do you have experience with SSRS reports?
Yeah, sure. Long back, yeah. HXML basic SSRS reports, yeah, I created upon creation of generation of code and something like.
Can you just give me the steps how we can create SSRS reports?
Mm, Sorry, Ashok, I need to brush up on this.
Mm-hmm.
I I know, but I need to from first to the last year we need to install some tool, Visual Studio SSDT tool, and from that we need to whenever we extension is called as RDL files, will get
Mm.
yeah, I need to brush up little bit.
Okay, okay. So do you have experience with the Power Portals?
Yeah, basic Power Portals like creation of forms and I using CRM, only linking CRM forms and all.
Where do we store the Power Portal user details?
In
Generally
contact
in contact entity. Like how can we control the
mm,
data access for portal users?
data access, web roles.
Web roles, okay. Like I have a requirement, so I'm trying to
Mm,
submit a form on the portal. So my
mm,
expectation is I wanted to populate the one of the lookup with the current logged in user account. How can we do
okay.
that?
Currently optimized. Mm, mm. Sorry, Ashik, I don't have exposure on this. I vaguely remember, but
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay, fine. So what is the identity you have used for portal? What purpose you have used, by the way, for the portal?
Yeah, Ashok, like in my recent project, like whenever uh, for offer letter generation, this is our project is like the Australian project, and in that project, uh, whenever future students show some interest, then at that time they used to take all the details and everything. At the
Mm.
time offer letter generation, the required they want all the required information of the student. They provide the link in the email. They directly open the link in the power pages of power portals, and they will fill up the all the fill up fields, and data will get back into our CRM. From there, in the ribbon button, we have one button called offer generate letter. Whenever we click on offer generate letter, then whatever the fields in Power Portal they type or know those data will be filled up in automatically. It will be filled up in offer letter and it will be published to them. At the time we use it Power Portal. So
Okay. Do you have experience with Canvas app?
basic canvas, yeah, basic, yeah, just with connecting with the data was
Mm-hmm.
for mobile friendly app like basic field level entry apps like basic, but just connecting the data was and uh, adding those galleries and adding buttons, test input and all, editable grids and all those editing and all types of forms in Canvas. Three types: create, read, update forms like that. Basic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How many variables are there in the Canvas app?
Two variables, yeah, global variable and local variable.
Mm-hmm. So what is the syntax do we use?
Yeah, so I need to deep down, narrow down on the topic. Yeah, I just for basic learning exposure, I took that knowledge. Yeah. I need to narrow down. I will do.
Okay, okay. So fine. And do you have experience with the PCF controls?
I just have basic knowledge on PCF. Like we need to go to the PCF gallery website and downloading the PCF whatever required and going to the Git and solution and importing it to the model driven apps or something like that. Just basic I have, not deeply, just learning knowledge I have on PCF. But whenever any task is given, no, definitely I will deep down by using most of the developer tools we have friendly,
Mm.
environment friendly. Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. What is the difference between Canvas app and model-driven apps?
Yeah, so yeah, Canvas app means mobile friendly apps. Model driven apps means that is a custom layout that to just to enhance business functionalities, we will use a model driven apps. We can't do much changes in model driven app. Uh, Canvas app means it is a blank canvases from the scratch by connecting to the different various data sources like SQL and all. We create components. We create the Canvas app.
Mm. Can
Mm,
we insert
yes.
Canvas app into model-driven apps?
Yes, Ashok, we can insert like this is similar to the editable grid only. Like we need to go to particular target entity and form, and we need to go to the select field and go to the control tab, and we need to search the canvas app and we need to add it here. Yes, Ashok, we can add.
Okay. And do you have experience with Power Automate flows?
Yeah, Ashok, yeah, I have experience, hands-on experience on Power Automate process.
So what is the difference between Canvas apps like classic workflows and Power Automate flows?
Classic workflows,
Normal workflows and Power Automate
normal
flows.
workflows, and workflows. For automate flows are very we can narrow down a lot. It supports a lot of connectors, premium connectors, standard connectors, and we can do the integrations as well in Power Automate. And most of the yeah no nowadays the data migrations are also taken care via Power Automate only.
Mm.
Data migration, not I think no. The integrations and we can narrow down a lot in Power Automate. Yeah. We can connect with a lot of external systems with Power Automate. Where in workflows that is out of the box tool, the standard within the CRM we can execute any function.
How can we troubleshoot how can we troubleshoot the issues in Power Automate flow?
Yeah, in for automate flow, we can wrap up the logic in try and catch block using the scope variable. In catch block, in settings, we can configure that run after failure in try block. Whenever try block fails, catch block will execute. And in catch block, we can connect, we can use the connectors like Office 365, and we can send the emails also whenever failure happens.
Hmm. Let's say I have a requirement like I wanted to improve the performance of the Power Automate flow. I wanted to process multiple records like more than 50,000.
Mhm.
So what are the instructions we have to take care in the Power Automate flow?
Yeah, so this can be achievable by in the settings only. We have a concept called pagination. Yeah, we need to turn on the pagination and threshold limit will be we can set up to 1 lakh records.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yes,
And what is the concurrent control?
concurrency control means I didn't got any exposure hands-on experience on this, but I have just little bit of learning knowledge like concurrency control to apply to each functions like that functions and to API limits or something like that. We use concurrency control to avoid triggers, I think, duplicate triggers.
How many types of flows are there, by the way?
There are three types of flows,
What are?
instant,
Hmm.
automated, and scheduled.
Okay. So how? What type of connectors you have used in Power Automate Flow?
Yeah, so Office 365, SharePoint, sometimes Teams, I use it to send regular emails like to submit the timesheets. My manager asks me to create a one Power Automate flow on
Hmm.
Friday, on every day on Friday, send the reminder email in Teams to the uh, our internal team. This is internal team requirement. Yeah. I
Okay.
created the flow for that. Yeah. And Teams, and we can connect HTTP triggers also. We can use that connector also. So many
Okay.
are there in Power Automate. Yeah, so the
Dataverse have
Google Sheets
used.
also. Sorry.
Dataverse have used.
Yes, Ashok. Yeah.
Let's say I have a requirement. I wanted
Mm,
to trigger my Power Automate Flow an update
mm,
of account entity. In account
mm,
entity, there is a field called account type. So an update of account type only I wanted to execute. So how can we configure?
mm. Yeah, Ashok. Yeah. We need to take the update a row action in the update a row
No, I'm talking about
in
the
the data was
triggering point,
from the
not
script.
actions. So my expectation is
Mm-hmm.
I have a for automate flow. The logic you
Mm,
leave about the logic, but my expectation is I want to execute this one only update of account type field. Whenever user update account type from
mm,
one option to another option, I
mm.
wanted to trigger my Power Automate flow automatically. So how can we configure triggering action?
Yeah, we can take instant flow like in model driven apps. Any button is clicked. By taking instant flow, we
It's like
can.
a field update. I said like a field update. So what type
Mm,
of flow do you choose and how can you configure? It's supposed to update only on particular field update.
mm, mm. Instant. Yeah, instant flow is not correct. Also, like we need to take instant flow
Y-
and so
Yeah, so you explore this one.
okay.
In case of plugins, how can we do? I want to execute my plugin only on one of the field update. How can we do?
In filtering attributes, we will select that field.
Yeah, okay.
Mm,
Yeah, okay, good. So let's say I have a requirement. So on
mm,
account entity, I do have the JavaScript and business rules, and also I have the plugins workflow and Power Automate flow as well.
mm,
So I do have the five components and the account entity.
mm.
So which one will execute first? What is the execution sequence?
Oh yeah. Firstly, JavaScript,
Hmm.
and afterwards synchronous and asynchronous. Afterwards, synchronous server side or client side, and asynchronous server side or client side.
First JavaScript. What is next one? You just be
Next one,
specific.
yeah, sorry, yep, could you please
I have the
JavaScript,
I have one
workflow?
JavaScript, one
Hmm.
business rule, one workflow, one plugin, one Power Automate flow.
Okay, first JavaScript,
Hmm.
afterwards business rules,
Hmm.
afterwards in synchronous work plugins,
Hmm.
plugins and real-time workflows.
Hmm.
Afterwards, asynchronous background workflow and Power Automate class.
Afterwards, sorry.
Background workflow and Power Automate flows at last, asynchronous.
Okay. So let's say I have another requirement. Okay.
Mm, mm,
Mm. So I'm trying to import the contact records.
mm,
I have the contact entity. In
mm,
contact entity, I have the contact name, contact email, contact phone number. Three
mm,
fields. So
mm.
let's say the records can be created in the CRM or data import. Multiple ways are there, right?
Yeah.
So I already have the one contact with the ashok@gmail.com. In the system, I already have.
Mm,
If someone trying to create another contact with same name, same email,
mm, mm,
I want to
mm.
restrict the record creation, contact record creation. And also,
Yes.
and also there is already existing contact available, right, in the system.
Yes.
So there is a field on contact entity. Number of times tried, number of times record creation was tried, record
Mm-hmm.
creation tried. There is a field, whole number field. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say I already have one contract. If someone else trying to create another record, I want to stop the record creation, and also in existing record, I want to increment that value.
Yeah, sure.
Let's say
By
someone else trying again. So I want to stop the record creation with the duplicate error message. Parallelly, I
mm-hmm.
want to increase the number of tries in the existing record. Did you
Yeah, sure.
understand the requirement?
Yeah, sure. I got the requirement. I'm thinking by using plugin we can do by using pre-validation for that restricting, and for the post operation or pre-operation something you need to select to update that field.
So which one do you
Pre-operation only.
choose? If it is a plugin, which
Mm.
option do you choose? Which pipeline stage do you choose?
For to restrict, we use pre-validation.
Okay.
Afterwards, we need to update that field means pre-operation.
You go with the two plugins, is it?
Yeah, execution order plugin one and plugin two.
Plugin one, plugin two.
Yeah,
Okay. You try after the session, you see practically how it is working.
sure, sure.
Okay. You're clear with the requirement, right?
Yes, sir, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And another requirement is, let's say I using the some business rules.
Mm,
Let's say I have the gender and daughter of and son of. Based on the gender, I'm showing
mm,
and hiding the daughter of and son of.
mm,
But my gender field is not there on the form.
mm,
It's not there. I have the two fields, daughter of and son of. So what will
mm.
happen if I open the form? Will my business rules execute? Will my business rule work?
Whenever gender field, whenever select
Gender
male or
select as male.
female, vice versa. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, gender. If I select gender as male, I want to show
Mm,
the son up. If I select
mm,
gender as female, I want to show the daughter up. So I
mm,
already have the 10 records in the entity. 10
mm,
records are all are like a gender is male. Okay.
mm,
If I'm trying to open existing record, so which one will
mm.
show? Which field will show? Which field it will show?
Sorry, Ashok, I'm not getting requirement. We have already 10 records.
I
And
have I have a first I do have the business rule. My
mm,
business rule what it will do,
mm,
it will show and hide the daughter of and son of fields based on the selected gender.
okay. Mm,
So let's say I already have the 10 records existed
mm,
and
okay.
gender for all of them is male.
Mm, mm,
If I open one record in the
mm,
system,
mm.
what fields it will show? Will it show gender? Sorry, will it show son of or daughter of?
For male, if the scope of the entity is, if scope is entity, then it's
Hmm.
already 10 records are there. Already 10. You implemented after 10 records, you implemented that business rule. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Or
It
before
will,
also
it
fine
won't,
or after also fine. Anything is fine.
after, after 10 records, we implemented the business rule meant that for that existing records, that business rule will silently fail, I think. Ashok, I think.
Will my business rule execute for existing records? If I create now, will business rules execute for existing records?
Mm,
Will it execute only new records? Is it?
yeah, if that scope of the depends upon scope of the business. So, okay, I will
Irrespective of,
validate Ashok. Okay,
yeah,
so,
yeah, you validate this one.
mm,
Okay, fine, Vinod. So you are good at technically, but scenario-based questions, your
mm,
lack of knowledge. So you explore
okay,
that point. Few things you are managed to address, but you need
okay,
to brush up your skills in the scenario-based questions as well. Okay,
Sure.
but
Yes.
technically you're fine. Subject wise, you're trying to address. So that's
Okay.
a good actually. And how you are feeling? How is our course?
Yeah, sure.
Is there any
Okay.
feedback or suggestions in the course?
Yeah, course is very good, Ashok. Yeah, from the day one to last till last day. Yeah, the course structure is actually very good. Yeah, I feel whatever like whenever I feel any stuck, but the course is structured in a way like no pain points will be there. We think that this is a pain point to us, but with the course structure and all your guidance, no, that those pain points are eliminated completely. When I used to feel while I watching the videos on Udemy or something. Sorry, I don't take any names.
Mm,
I used to get some pain points. In this project, no pain points. Everything is covered. It feels like you already gone through these all struggles and all these while running whatever struggles, while learning whatever struggles is coming. No? It feels like you already gone through and you design the structure. Then it feels like that to me. I'm not able to
mm.
convey properly, but it is coming from my deep, like, yeah, this course is eliminating the pain points. Yeah,
ఓకే. మీరు నేర్చుకునే ప్రాసెస్‌లో కొన్ని కొన్ని మెటీరియల్స్ కానీ, సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కానీ ఒక దగ్గర ఉండవు. ఒక
ఉండవు,
ఒక
ఉండవు.
స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ మాడల్ మళ్ళీ ఎక్కడో వెతుక్కోవాల్సొస్తది. ఇది ప్రాపర్
అట్లా.
స్ట్రక్చర్ అంటావు. అండ్ ఇక్కడ మన దగ్గర ఆర్గనైజ్డ్‌గా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి మీకు ఈజీగా ఆ పాయింట్ దగ్గరికెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు ఏదైనా డౌటొస్తే.
ఫాస్ట్ గా అయిపోతుంది ఏదైనా కానీ ఫాస్ట్ గా అయిపోతుంది ఏడ స్టక్ అయిపోతుంది.
హ్మ్. హ్మ్. యాహ్! ఓకే.
ఇంకా మనకి ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా పెయిన్ పాయింట్ వస్తది కదా, ఆ పెయిన్ పాయింట్ లేనట్టు ఉంది ఇక్కడ. ఏం పెయిన్ పాయింట్ లేనట్టు స్ట్రెస్ ఫ్రీ లెక్క అయిపోతుంది కోర్స్ మొత్తం ఫాస్ట్.
హ్మ్. ఓకే. గుడ్. సో, ఈస్ దేర్ ఎనీ సజెషన్స్ డు యూ వాంట్ ద కోర్స్?
నో, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఫైన్ అండ్ జస్ట్ దట్ ఇంక్లూడింగ్ దట్ కో-పైలట్ స్టూడియో. చాలా మంది అది చెప్తున్నారు ఆఫీసులో ఎక్కడైనా కానీ,
హ్మ్.
కో-పైలట్ స్టూడియో నుంచి మనం చేయండి,
ఓకే.
ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయండి, మన ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి, అది ఇది అంటున్నారు కో-పైలట్ స్టూడియో నుంచి.
హుహుహుహు. ఓకే.
ఉమ్.
ఓకే. కోపైలట్‌లో
అది
మనం
కూడా.
కొన్ని పాయింట్స్ ఇంక్లూడ్ చేసాము. యాహ్!
ఉమ్.
విల్ ఇంక్లూడ్ మోర్. ఓకే.
ఓకే.
ఓకే వినోద్.
Ashok, any websites or any something like that for that అది సినారియో బేస్డ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడానికి ఏమైనా? నేను సినారియో దగ్గర లాగ్ అవుతున్నాను. నాకు అది ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో కూడా అదే అవుతుంది. సినారియోస్ అలా అటు ఇటు తిప్పి ఏమైనా అడిగితే నేను చేయలేదు కదా రియల్ టైం, నాకు అది స్ట్రైక్ అవుతలేదు అప్పటికప్పుడే. నాకు తెలుసు ఆన్సర్, మంచి కూర్చొని బుక్ లో రాసుకొని దానికి ఆన్సర్ నేను ఫైండ్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది, నాకు ఆటోమేటిక్ గా అడగంగానే అది చెప్పలేకపోతున్నా.
యాహ్! సో, అది బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ప్రాక్టీస్. మీరు మన అసైన్‌మెంట్స్ అన్నీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే ప్రాపర్‌గా మళ్ళొకసారి చేయండి సెకండ్
ఉమ్.
రౌండు. అవి
ఉమ్.
సినారియో బేస్డ్ క్వెషన్స్‌కి మనం థియరిటికల్‌గా చదివితే రాదు. అది మనకు
ఉమ్.
ప్రాక్టీస్‌లోనే వస్తది. అసైన్‌మెంట్స్ ఒక 2 ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ మళ్ళొకసారి చేయండి. హాస్పిటల్
ఉమ్.
మేనేజ్‌మెంట్ ప్లస్ అదర్ వన్ వి డిడ్ ఇట్ రైట్.
ఉమ్.
ఆటోమొబైల్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్. అవి 2 చేయండి సరిపోద్ది. సినారియో బేస్డ్ క్వెషన్స్ ఆటోమేటిక్‌గా అడ్రెస్ చేయగలుగుతారు.
ఓకే.